Welcome to Market Research Training. Market research is the most important step in the acquisition planning phase when it comes to answering core questions about a requirement. Market research needs to be conducted in order to find potential sources capable of providing, distributing, and supporting the products and services that you're buying. Without knowing how many capable vendors you have, their prices, the characteristics of the item being purchased, and the general market conditions, you will probably find it difficult to find the leverage necessary to negotiate the best possible deal on behalf of the government. There is a plethora of benefits for conducting good market research, including making commerciality determinations, identifying the best available market prices, determining prices fair and reasonable, minimizing risks, understanding the competitive environment, identifying the potential to use small business set-aside preferences, identifying information about prices, quality, and delivery times, and uncovering product or service customization options that may be available to the government, just to name a few. Another benefit of market research is that it will provide valuable information needed to make wise decisions regarding which contracting methods, contract types, and contract line item structures to use and how to reduce risk. All in all, market research really drives the acquisition planning phase of the procurement cycle, and the FAR really drives this home. FAR 7.102 states, agencies shall perform acquisition planning and conduct market research for all acquisitions in order to promote and provide for the acquisition of commercial items, full and open competition, selection of the appropriate contract type, and use of pre-existing contracts, including interagency and intra-agency contracts to fulfill the requirement. If your market research results with the government determining the requirement can be met with an item or service available within the commercial marketplace, the contracting officer shall solicit and award the resulting contract using the contracting methods described in FAR Part 12. Purchasing commercial items and services allows the government to take full advantage of products and services already available within the marketplace. This methodology reduces cost, reduces time to delivery, increases competition, and takes advantage of technological advantages while available in the commercial market. If market research determines that a commercial item won't meet the government's needs, the contracting officer shall not use FAR 12, and will then have to use another FAR part, such as FAR 13, 14, or 15, to solicit the requirement and award the contract. There are 8 desired outcomes of market research. The first is understand the product characteristics or service components. That is, what does the item or service need to do? What is the end result that the government desires? And/or what is the benefit that product or service provides? The second is know cost drivers. What makes the cost go up or down? Is it the product's uniqueness? Does a large labor effort drive costs up? Or is it delivery costs? If costs are high, know what drives it to be high. Then determine if the government can do anything to make it less expensive or more compatible with the commercial marketplace. The third is identify potential suppliers. After you understand the goal of the product or service you're buying, finding potential suppliers becomes much easier. To find appropriate suppliers, ask questions like, can my requirement be procured following the required sources of supply and service in accordance with FAR Part 8? Can this requirement be ordered using a federal supply schedule? If not, then is this requirement available commercially? Who are the most popular suppliers, and why are they most popular? Who are the new market entrants? What companies provide similar products or services, and can they perform this requirement? If not, why? Fourth is understand industry practices. How commercially available is the product or service? Are there known best practices which the government can leverage to our advantage? Are there any known weaknesses or vulnerabilities within the marketplace that the government should give special attention to? If so, what are they? Fifth is identifying support requirements and capabilities. Is there a need for the item to be supported, serviced, maintained, or repaired after purchase? Does the government need 24/7 contractor support? Is this a mission-essential service? Are warranties and/or phone support needed? 6 is understand the terms and conditions. Are there any restrictions associated with the purchase? Are there data rights involved? If so, what basic data rights does the government need in accordance with FAR 27.404? What are the terms and conditions of delivery, inspection, acceptance, and payment? Is it commercial practice to offer warranties? 7th is distribution practices. How is the item packaged and shipped? Is military shipping available or advantageous? Where is it being shipped from? What needs accomplished in order for personnel to gain access to the worksite or location? And last but not least, number 8 is recognize product differentiation. What makes the product unique? If the user is requesting a brand name, why? Can a brand name or equal meet the intended need? You'll want to tailor these types of questions for the product or service you are conducting market research for. Again, you may need to ask more or less questions, but these are good baseline questions that will help you quickly and efficiently understand the nature of the product or service you're procuring. Failing to conduct accurate market research significantly increases the chances that problems will arise later in your acquisition process. Think about it. If you are procuring something and don't know the required output, how it's maneuvered and relocated, what the length, width, and height is, where it's going, its capacity, why it's needed, or its intended purpose, adequate market research hasn't been performed, and the risk that the end user will end up with something that doesn't get the job done is now drastically increased. And so is the risk that you'll have to work that purchase all over again. And nobody wants to duplicate work efforts. That's why the FAR helps us by providing FAR 10.002b2, which lists 8 valuable techniques for conducting market research. The 8 techniques listed for conducting market research are: 1. Contacting knowledgeable individuals in government and industry regarding market capabilities. 2. Reviewing results of other market research. 3. Publish formal requests for information. Note: published RFIs often result with some of the best feedback and questions from industry. 4. Querying government-wide databases. 5. Participating in interactive online communications. 6. Obtaining source lists. 7. Reviewing catalogs and other product literature. And 8. Conducting pre-solicitation conferences. How you decide to approach market research will vary from requirement to requirement, but it's generally suggested to pursue market research using a team-based approach. A market research team may take the form of a small acquisition team or a larger integrated product team. Working as a team provides the opportunity to reach increased levels of effectiveness because each functional expert can coordinate tasks, gather data, coordinate information, and share experiences within the team. This helps the team develop and grow together. Regardless if you are conducting market research on your own or if you are part of a market research team, the key to market research is to efficiently and effectively research and collect information about the product or service specifications, capable contractors, market conditions, price structures, the commerciality, the terms and conditions associated with the product or service, and any other necessary details so that you can get the best valued product or service to the end user faster and for less expense while also ensuring mission capability is uninterrupted.